true. Keto. Okay, he gets there with Searson, but Safe brings it back. We got the Safe 2K trade. There is a third player here, and Furia dropped down into the water. Of course, this has been heard immediately. Tabson loves a timing on this flank, and he finds it with the most succulent of one-taps. Now, Yuri's style down here, and we've got Art over on long A, so this is kind of weird. CT's actually push bridge and split. The bomb is alone inside of Dark and can go straight to this B plant while Art is selling this fake.
Yes, and Crimbo sits here, and the thing is they trust Crimbo. So we'll see. They're flanking back to catch him. Art is about to walk into a 1v1. Let's see if he gets taps in. No, doesn't grab that, and now the bomb gets planted. Just Yuri, but already this bomb plant is a pretty nice win.
Yeah, curious situation here. Yuri 1v3. Good amount of time will be burned off the clock before the retake comes through. They have no idea. I mean, he could be pushed in so many different corners, and he's going to play pillar, pops out, knows he's got a player Dark. He can just wait this. Oh, Yuri. Beautiful second headshot. Here's the last player coming, but Crimbo will put an end to his hopes of the pistol clutch. The 1v3 that could have been, and down to the wire, but isn't.
Wow, that's such an amazing try from Yuri, and like, you almost feel like Crimbo also really, really strong in clutch rounds. So you see him coming in, it feels like suddenly the odds can almost swing back. And Crimbo has impressed so much. Ooh. That was an interesting approach to boost over that smoke for early mid-fight.
Challenge out. Crimbo, clean again.
Just so good at it. I mean,
looking for Quesarado. He's very aware. Quesarado and drop, return here. So we've got a man advantage for Furia. Looking for the A split. Crimbo could get traded, but also manages to get tucked close on box.
Wow.
Oh, drop reacts. He was shooting over towards the smoke. Welcome the Crimbo peak. And we get Furia with, I would say, like a very Furia-esque pace to this round. We've seen similar splits from different teams, but I don't think we've ever seen one necessarily that quick. Like the way those the two long players just ran out as fast as they did.
Yeah.
And sure enough, Crimbo succeeds in killing one, in taking down that second. And Searson, of course, will still have a chance in this clutch. We've got drop pinned in behind Cake. The storage peak came just a second after Searson rounds that corner, and so Safe is able to just big in mid right out the gate. Understandable with the consistency of the mid play.
This is a free round. I mean, there's two ops on the map right now on the CT side. Searson, surely they use a nade. Oh, okay, they're just, he's not ready for them to be there at all.
Here's the thing, we've seen Big already play some capable teams on Anubis and look good. But in reality, I was wondering whether or not Furia were going to be able to bring their identity, their tempo, that classic Furia pace that we'd see everywhere else here into Anubis. And I feel like that's a great example of Big having protocols, adapting the 3 mid setup, etc., but just not adjusting to the pace and velocity that Furia are throwing out of this gate. And we're getting classic Furia already 5 rounds into this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a map they don't play like themselves on. So not surprised to see it, but I think we've seen a contradiction in terms of teams talking about Anubis. I've heard both teams say, you want to slow play the map and it's a thinking man's map. And then I've heard that this map isn't very hard and actually you can play pretty fast on it. And we have yet to see what the...
Just at all. And playing Anubis right out of the gate is a real test for that. Good challenge here, Keto. It will be dropped. It's a one and done off of the pillar. Crimbo still sitting in heaven, anticipating that eventual push from the other pieces. Taps in with the pistol kill. That sets up Crimbo wonderfully. And then Quesarado loses his angle inside of the smoke. He's trying to set himself up and create a distraction so we can get this Art slide down into sight. But Art's patience will be punished. Searson gets the better of him, and Quesarado can't continue to...
out of what he's really liked. And now Crimbo's on an op over on the A side.
Nobody in middle to stop that early presence. They did let off of it.
Ooh, this is a big find.
They're right back
into
into
Crimbo alone.
It's going to get tested from both ends with the op. At least gets Art first. Critical. And gets back tucked into storage. I feel like that's an invitation now for Quesarado and Yuri to activate on long.
Well, the rotates will need to come in from behind to help him. But it doesn't seem like Big are sure at this moment that it's going to be the A site.
Stalling out for the second. Crimbo, he's at least put himself in a position where long won't be his end. And with a player pushing forward, now they've got eyes towards the fountain. And Crimbo still expecting that mid play to come through. Mid player does have bomb. This challenger that's about to round the corner into Crimbo. Favin, oh, 3!
Wow.
All 3 that he needs.
Honestly, dropped at his best to bait as long as possible. I think worried about an up, which was very nice awareness from him, but ultimately wasn't enough.
Safe tries to double this one back. I mean, brick-walled. Brick-walled by Favin and by Crimbo.
Yeah.
And it felt like they were in the pressure cooker.
It was, yeah.
But they still activate, and I love that slide-out play from Favin, right? Crimbo knows he's locked in, holding mid, can't look elsewhere.
He says, trust me.
Go ahead, take a glance. And we don't get to see how Favin actually cuts down both players, but I mean, critical 3K out of Favin this round.
I think we had the cool angle of just watching the op in that spot with the full...
Obviously, Anubis, man. There's a new variable to this equation.
It's true.
Tabson takes some shots. Sees a second T. Goes ahead to smoke him off and nearly even kills him. Art will be finished off by Keto. Crimbo tucked in. Plays behind baskets. Cerrado gets hit, but still falls back. All the while, we got Keto farming frags here from Dark. 4! Just mows down everybody that faces him inside of the water and dropped down to a quarter HP because of Tabson's original mid-fight. Excellently done there from Keto. That range distance with the M4A4. You know, Furia just kind of playing around in the waterway. Sits comfortably on Fountain.
I'm not sure if Furia got what they were looking for. They have one mid a little bit, and they push the CT very far back in Favin. But it's still 2-2 to the sites. They still got con control. And it looks like they're about to erupt.
Searson walking in, close contact. One's his, he's got Keto with him. Keto playing a few steps back. Art, beautiful couple of headshots, cracks open this bomb site, and Favin, who was pushed back because of the mid contact, is now all the way back here on CT tunnel. So it does feel like, thanks to Art and that double kill, they do get what they want. They reap the benefits of going into middle first, pulling that third player away. Feel like it put Keto into a more awkward position, playing in front of Pillar.
Yes. Now they could have done the get info on B main, but I think it was a bit dysfunctional between Keto and Searson, where Searson, yeah, he could have got a 2K if he just aimed better on the second kill, but Keto could have also complemented the setup in a better way. Instead, he was a second line of defense right behind Searson. But the way Searson was playing it, it was kind of hoping that there weren't actually that many Ts there. And versus the full attack as we saw, well, that wasn't the truth.
Damn, there's still costs to be racked up here. Fury traded out, so they end up losing 3 of the... So Crimbo having shut down that A site nice and early. We get multiple peaks down in Dark.
Ooh,
Keto, Favin killed.
Yeah, these B players having some trouble.
Feels like they have troubles when they go into Dark or try to take those fights.
Yes.
But they were sitting on that site just a round ago. It went wonderfully. Cerrado smokes off lane, gives him a chance to get in through Dark. We get an additional player added to the B site. So cool to see Furia not shy away. This time, of course, it's not emphasized on long, but down inside of water.
That's what I was saying with their opportunity last time. They got those kills in Con. They got into B with no split whatsoever. The time they failed, they tried to go full through B main, but Searson and Keto have some chemistry to work out. Now it's a question, I think, for Furia is how long this can work. Because right now, this seems like their one plan that actually looks solid.
And of course, as much as we want to praise the adaptation and game plan of Furia in that last round, also hinges on Cerrado getting those killer 3Ks.
Which, if you set him up, he'll get him for you.
Crimbo showing his diversity. That just looks so comical in third person, but unfortunately for Crimbo, nobody's creeping into his crosshair. We've got this long push from the op in Searson. A smoke dropped. Oh, of course.
The bomb.
That's ridiculous. Now he doubles back. And while that smoke's up, they may not expect Furia's players to be coming down from long, but there's also one here T-spawn, so drop finds the better timing. However, Favin's still able to push through, grab the op off the corpse.
He's got to take some kind of risk. And he's worried about everything at the moment.
And it just feels like everything's occupied. If they can snatch that bomb, just get back to the B site, it's there for the taking. But they're cautious, and they should be. Hell, even in T-spawn, Crimbo with that Nova, inching his way closer to the back of Drop's head. Favin, nice hold. Again, first pressure is going to be on him. Crimbo still creeping forward. Favin looking to hold this line. The pistol's out. It gets covered by xantares, who again is looking to save the day. Favin gets ever closer. We've got the T stuck behind the pillar, and then things get awkward with that unscope. So xantares back-to-back rounds.
One starting out strong, one adapting really well. A new style of play introduced to Anubis here.
Keto, turns back towards long, dies. But bomb again, man. Awkwardly sitting on bridge right now. Obviously not ideal. Be a little bit of a recovery mission before the destruction of either site, which both are open. We've got a player creeping out. Drop is here on B. xantares holding long, keeping it honest. Oh, poor tabseN. Can't get the better of him, so now Crimbo's going to have to go big to close out this half. And he's got Drop pinned against the pillar. Tough fight for him.
All right, it's Crimbo time. Last round of the half, 1v2. You tell your team, mate, I've seen you do this. And he sits here on the side assuming they're going to walk into him, but that's not the case.
They're going to go ahead and plant elsewhere. So Crimbo, nothing to save for. Throw the Hail Mary. 8 rounds for Big. Seems like they shut Furia down on a good amount of their ideas. We've had some creep rounds where xantares comes through with very critical individual moments. And now Drop bomb beyond the halfway point, so he's going to have to go into 6th gear. And as he runs across, Safe locks him in. It's 8 to the side of Big. Decent enough CT side, and we'll see what their offense has in store when we come back. No, sir. Starting to put themselves at the top of the Anubis list. Art, poor guy. Stuffed by xantares as he jumps out through that smoke. xantares will find Favin at the very least. And we've got bombed down. But a la Furia fashion, we already have 2 of these counter-terrorists trying to encroach from behind. Keto doubles back to attempt to stop this. They've also got that fight going in towards storage. So Big surrounded and being peeled back one after another. Very clean retake out of Furia. Meanwhile, Keto walking up, caught by the FAMAS. Nearly dead as xantares, but able to trade and survive. So that'll turn somebody back towards middle. Safe looking to get aggressive, wants to find that deep angle. But at the same time, doesn't want to throw anything away. CT smoke comes down. Yuri presses into dark, just sending shots. Feels like they're trying to corral Big over towards the A site instead. Safe still sitting on this position. Remains lying in wait. Now the bomb is heading towards that B site, so defenders shouldn't move a muscle. Down to the 20 seconds. Grenades won't move Furia just yet. First one's an easy pickup because of the low health, but Favin, immediate trade frag. It's that locked-in spot on Plat, and Safe. Very nice. Doesn't panic. Neither does Drop. Easy 2K spray down. And a... Ooh, but Keto. Yeah, we saw a very excited Art. Careful now. You throw away these guns, you've got problems. xantares on cleanup. 3 headshots, as he always seems to do.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, that first death doesn't feel nearly as bad. You take people down with you. tabseN, though, don't sleep on this.
Yeah, 2v2 now.
He's got the Kevlar, as does Crimbo. This is an even situation.
Yeah, no one's in A at the moment. Now, these situations are all about awareness. And this angle should be hard to read, but drops a little high on the crosshair placement. Also going to be hard to figure out on a map like this. And there is incentive to actually wrap it around to the other site. Now, do they read that Yuri rotated? Because they know that he's a B player. In 40 seconds, Yuri could potentially walk into this. We'll see if he camps out this spot.
Spotted.
And plays the gamble. Oh, did he?
Spotted.
Oh, okay.
Crimbo
But now
runs.
they just run, yeah.
Yep. And Tabson's just going to keep him locked in here. Yeah, it feels like he already, I mean, poor guy doesn't know it, but he's being hunted.
Tabson just needs to make sure he can't exit through main. Doesn't have to worry about the other side of the pillar, and eventually Yuri has to bite on this.
Nicely done. Big, huge round.
Oh, he gets caught.
Peeks out, catches him on the jump back. Now, drop versus Favin, this could be a big one. Thing is, Safe's going to get the angle first. And we could have pressure in through dark, but that's going to be a Yuri problem. Furia's 3B initial setup tested yet again, but not overt. Keto's going to stay tucked. Like we said, just kind of playing outside of it, not feeling the need to go all in unless things go south on long, which still they haven't.
Yeah, they've been prescient of this Keto lurk. I've tried to keep eyes inside of Con. Letting him know. One thing is for certain, Big cannot let Furia consistently delay like this as well.
It's going to be the hit, and it's coming soon. 35 on the clock. They flash down into the dark. Yuri on the fallback, plays Glizzy safe, just still holding this one angle, looking for his only kill, the one kill they need to keep Big at bay on long. 3 players from
there's
dark.
a new smoke.
They leave.
They can't. They actually can't even go through this. They have to save. They're walking back to save right now because Furia held a smoke until the 20-second mark. I don't even know where they got that from. It seemed like they used 3 or 4 smokes inside of Connector. Wow, they've shoved him out.
4 players save out of Big. Furia may have given them that last round by way of Deagle, but this is a freebie back the other way. A smoke wins the round.
Did they juggle one over?
Up pick up last round. Clips Searson while blinded, jumping back.
They've been pretty stingy about their flashbangs, and over here, Safe sitting on this angle. Right, there it is.
Blinded, misses. Retreats with fire behind him. They put that out, and he misses a second shot.
Ooh.
Not ideal.
Yeah, flash is good.
Now Art, that second top, in from Connector, looking for it, but still no skin shown. T's taking a second. He gets blinded. Excellent flashbangs. And Tabson gonna get double flash assists on the play, on the entry, on the crumbling A site from Furia.
Crazy how one flashbang changes everything. We saw this last round that Safe was sitting there on long waiting for almost a minute with his op, and they didn't throw any utility his way, and Furia were able to organize around that. Now, we saw Furia have trouble hitting the A site, and for Big, they have trouble hitting the B site. They've got 2 different problems. Maybe they could learn from each other, but that's after in the demos. In this live match right now, for Big to come back into this game, we're seeing potential weaknesses here on A, potential ways in to win rounds. But the B site right now, I don't even know how they get in. It feels like no matter what they do, Furia are too far ahead.
If you're going to try to put up a 2-piece, and the flash doesn't find the T's, but it does just pull them into both of the counter-terrorists. 5 versus 3 off of that one. You know Big wanted a piece of that site, and instead it is Searson and Favin left over, trying to claim something back from middle. Art will find his op pickup, and Furia, from a broken A site that had no defense whatsoever, to 5 players alive on this one. Drawing Big in, getting the better of them, and that double op setup pays off. It doesn't overextend. Utility's making his job tough, though. Pressured. Tabson. Art given a chance, but this could be a very quick transition out of Big. They could go into this A split, and right now there's only one defender here. It is just Queserado, whose head was popped. Tabson hones in on him. And obviously they're going to be cautious because there tends to be an additional defender, but not this time around.
Didn't have to burn too many calories to figure this one out, huh?
Big jump on it.
Caught the aggressive move from Art. And then everything else just made sense instantly. Good vision on that Tabson.
Right.
Catching Queserado behind the fire.
Also, tough spot for Art this round,
Yeah.
stuck behind that smoke.
But how much closer does this game really get? I mean, I think a round like that is really cool, but we don't see a lot of rounds like that for Big. I mean, we talk about individual level, Furia just totally eclipsed them in terms of players that they have to work with. And right now, in terms of setups, Furia, especially on this side of the map, are pristine. They have nothing to worry about. Then they've also proved they can win their round on A. They look comfortable inside of mid between Safe and Art. That was maybe an aberration.
Middle, so just Quesarado, keep him here. Art's on the first contact, sees him slide by, gets just stopped through the door.
Oh, Quesarado time.
Yeah, time for a multi-kill, but he only gets the one. Crimbo comes through with the quick trade. Just like last time, actually back towards connector. This time it's a few paces ahead, but a missed smoke. That could give Safe an opening. Crimbo sticks around. He's got an Opper here with him in Searson.
And again, no info is still info. He doesn't see anyone across, but now they are less scared about the A site. The rotation actually comes over towards B, I think off of Safe's information. But do they resmoke mid and continue on this way? That's the question. Big clearly have not picked the site, even though Furia think they have. And it looks like they're now starting to organize towards A. It's unlikely, but it's possible they missed that smoke on purpose for this exact reason. Because right now, no one's playing the A site. Safe couldn't tell them in good conscience that they're going to go here. Oh, okay.
They go back.
Yeah, okay. So they didn't miss the smoke on purpose.
The Furia aren't budging off of all that utility inside an A site, a vacant site for this defense. 15 seconds, they're hanging on to B, and here it comes. Dark push first. Last time drop went big from here. This time, it's Yuri's turn. We've got 6 seconds, and Safe comes out. Now, I don't think there's time for that plan.
Can't.
He just has to survive. Hold on. Standing on useless. Drops Tabson. Hits both shots. And
Did not know there was that enormous gap clearing off the corner of their smoke.
if there's anything that's going well for Big, they've unraveled this mid setup 2 rounds in a row, and they're going to try again. Art, though, blinded with Quesarado. Now they're locking it in. It's Art with 1. Quesarado swaps to the empty gun. Favin's going to keep a little life on this round. A chance for Big to fight back from a 2v4 to just 3 Furia players left over, but they get aggressive. Drop's going to press this one outwards. The bomb doubles back across the bridge, gets caught, but still succeeds. Nice shot out of Favin to keep the hope alive.
There's over a minute left over, and Big in a 2-on-2 situation, I think are going to be much happier. They got those mid-trades eventually. Yuri coming in.
Again, active play out of Furia. It's not that flank on B, but it's Yuri in a front-facing position. And both of these remaining players could just line up for him to kick this into the second map. But Favin will continue. This guy's already in with the 3K, hands busy on the bomb. Safe, 21 kills deep, smoke in front of him. All of a sudden, cuts off an option, but he holds that gap. And Favin almost goes into it. He's standing right in the center. Safe's going to have 1 shot, and then he will be met by the Colt. Does this come up Furia? Does Safe no scope to the gut of Favin? Of course he does. Drop kicks him into the second map of this series. Furia have survived.